Okay, so having put over 100 hours into Digimon Story Time Stranger, I think I'm at a good point where I can discuss some things that I think need to be added to the game to improve some aspects of it. Now, don't get it twisted, I think Digimon Story Time Stranger is a great game and honestly the best Digimon game I've ever played, but there are a few things that I think could really take it to the next level, and that's what we're going to be discussing today. I've got 5 updates or features in particular that I would like to see alleviate some of the frustration towards certain aspects of the game, or that will just improve the overall experience. I'd also love to hear what you guys would like to see added to the game down below. And who knows, I've worked with Bandai Namco in the past, so maybe they'll see this video and make some changes. All that being said, make sure to sit back, relax, subscribe for more monster taming and Digimon content, and let's dive in. Okay, so for number 1, this is probably one of the biggest complaints I see, and that's that you can't actually check the Digivolution menu in the DigiFarm, which could be really annoying. When trying to shift personalities in order to achieve a de-Digivolution of a Digimon you don't have yet, or for an easier evolution for a particular line, having to memorize or write down the personalities you need can be quite tedious. If you ever need to double check something in the Digivolution menu because you forgot, you'll have to exit the DigiFarm, then check the Digimon in your box or party, then go back. Also, I think it would be really nice, and one of you guys mentioned this in the comment section of one of my recent videos, if they just made it so any menu where you're able to see a Digimon stats, you have the option to Digivolve it as well, instead of having to go through a separate Digivolution tab. There are a lot of menus that you have to sift back and forth through that are very similar, so it would be nice if this was sort of streamlined a little bit. Next one's another one with regards to Digivolution, but I would love to see a longer and more expanded version of the Digivolution history, which is an awesome feature that they added this time around, but I feel like just showcasing the last 5 Digimon with nothing more than icons is a bit limiting. It'd be cool if you could highlight the previous Digivolutions and scroll through all of them and get the information, base personalities, and potential Digivolutions for each one. This would make it a lot easier when trying to fill out your field guide if you do want to check something that you've already Digivolved from. Maybe you want to see what other paths that de-Digivolution has without actually having to commit to said de-Digivolution. For number 3, and this is a pretty big one, I want to see something that improves the scan rates for various Digimon in the game. In previous Digimon story titles, you were actually able to improve the amount in which you would scan Digimon that you find, and this has been removed. While a lot of things in Time Stranger, as I said, have been streamlined, conversion is actually something that's more time consuming. You now actually have to defeat the Digimon to convert them instead of just getting the conversion upon the start of battle, which is fine, but at the very least, I would have liked to see the scan rate increasing items make their way into the game. I understand that a big point of Digimon is to actually Digivolve your Digimon up, but this just makes you not want to interact with anything that is of a high stage because you're ultimately going to have to beat it like 10 times if it's an ultimate, or 20 if it's a mega, just to get that 100% scan rate, let alone 200%. If there were some mid to late game items that you could get to improve on this, I feel like it would help a lot with the flow of the game. Okay, so for number 4, we definitely need some type of homeward bone item. For those that don't know, this is an item in Dark Souls that basically allows you to teleport to the area entrance upon use. I'm not asking them to give us free reign to travel anywhere on the map, but at the very least, while I think the Birdramon scattered throughout the various areas are nice, I think just a really simple way for them to let us leave an area would just be an item that teleports us back to Blimpmon or Locomon, depending on which time period you're in. Backtracking definitely isn't like a major issue, but I think that it would be a nice touch. And finally, last but not least, and this is a bigger update I want to see and will likely not happen, or if it does, it'll end up being some sort of paid content, but I would have loved to see some type of post-game outer dungeon that sort of acts like a dungeon crawling minigame. So basically when you beat the game, the quote post game mostly consists of side quests, some of which are expansive, but there isn't sort of an infinite grinding and challenge place beyond restarting the game in Mega Plus difficulty. I would love for there to be some sort of outer dungeon added that essentially allows you to traverse a bunch of randomized areas, all containing different Digimon, and will act as sort of a survival thing where you can essentially clear a set amount of areas until you're knocked out. This could in a way sort of act like the battle pyramid from Pokemon, where each time you clear a level, you go to the next next floor or whatever, and it gets progressively harder. I think that this could be a really cool way to incentivize team optimization and will make for a lot of fun competitiveness and seeing who can get the highest levels cleared in the world. Stuff like this adds literal years of replayability to a game. There are still people trying to crack world records in the battle frontier from Pokemon Emerald to this day, and the scoring system behind it just makes it, like I said, very competitive. But yeah, guys, those were sort of my top 5 hopes for future content added to Digimon Story Time Stranger. I think the first 4 of them could and honestly should be free updates, as they add quality of life and fix a little bit of jankiness. But when it comes to the post-game facility, as much as I think that would be awesome if they just added it as a free update, I doubt they're going to, since the DLC dungeons exist and they're not nearly as expansive. Let me know down below what you guys think, which additions to the game you'd like to see, if there's anything you'd like to see fixed in future updates, and just let me know what monster taming videos you want to see next. Thank you so much for watching. Special thanks to our supporters, especially Candy Marunci, Tragsoft, Valorware, Nemo, and Wrathful Beast, and we'll see you next time. Peace.